Very proud of our football program, everyone involved with it, with a very big win versus South Alabama. A lot of respect for Coach Womack and his team, and he did a lot of good things. And I think you look at offensively, we were 3 for 3 on fourth down, and 2 of those resulted in touchdowns. And then on defense, we had an outstanding game. Trey Cobb had 2 picks, 1 for a pick six. That's 3 weeks in a row our defensive have a pick and go down and score a touchdown. Forced 3 turnovers for South Al, 2 sacks, and 5 quarterback hurries. So I had a great game plan, and we came back on Sunday, flipped the page. Now it's all about Troy. I'm going 1-0 this week.
Sean, as you had a chance to go back and watch the film and get a chance to really study everything, anything new or different that you weren't aware of at game time that jumped off the page at you?
No, again, some of the things we weren't sure was Isaiah Helms, if he was going to play or not. It was a game-time decision. He didn't play. But, looking at the tape, a lot of credit goes to South Alabama's defense. We knew going into the game that was going to be a stout defense we were facing. They took a lot of things away from us, and we had to execute better. And we can have all the things we want to say about the weather, cold outside, but those are elements, and that's out of our control. But just defensively, I thought we had a great game plan going into it. And Coach Jones and his staff really executed the plan. And so we have to make sure we do a great job this week for Troy.
Just knowing that turnovers are always something you want to avoid. A few on Saturdays. You guys went back and diagnosed what was going on there, kind of cause effect. What did you see?
A little bit of everything. We had the ball on the ground 5 times, and you cannot win a championship if you lose a turnover battle. And thank goodness our defense stepped up and got some back for us. But we can't force balls sometimes, and receivers got to run the right routes, and running backs have to hold on to it. And that's something we work every Tuesday, Wednesday in practice is ball security drills, and it was addressed on Saturday evening. It was addressed yesterday in practice, and we'll address it this afternoon in meetings. So we have to make sure we hold on to the rock, because when you have the football in your hands, you have the program in your hands, and we cannot fumble the football.
You mentioned fourth down conversions. I want to talk about them a little bit both ways. So, South Alabama got inside the red zone a handful of times, and Coach Womack decided he was going to go at some fourth downs rather than kick some field goals. In a kind of a low-scoring game with the weather conditions that were going on. Any thoughts from you on making those choices, as you might have made them inside let's say the 15 or 10-yard line? Do I need the points on the board, or do we go ahead and go for touchdowns here?
I think it's every game is different. I know that, in my opinion, I don't think you can win football games kicking field goals, and that's why we're more aggressive on fourth down. If there's one I could take back, it was one at midfield. It was 4th and 1, and we ended up punting, and they ended up scoring a touchdown on. But I do believe I have a confidence in our defense. Our whole team knows it. Our game plan going into the game, we talk about it Tuesday through Saturday of what we're going to do, and a lot of that your decision goes on how the defense is playing. And our defense was really shutting them down the whole game, and our offense was doing just enough. So we'll continue doing that, because again, we have to win football games, and that's a way to get another possession.
And then on your side of it, you talked about making those decisions. Really, since the Louisiana game, your fourth down attempts have really increased significantly per game. Now, some of that, again, is just game situation, and it maybe not trend-wise anything different, but it does seem like maybe you've made a decision. Yeah, we're going to be more aggressive going forward. Did anything happen, between Lafayette and then coming to play Coastal that maybe altered your mentality there, or you just doing what you would have done anyway?
Nothing's changed of what our expectations were on offense and our team. But before Lafayette, we went for fourth down many times. But those situations arose more often now, and we have to make sure that we have a game plan for those situations. And I think Coach Ponce has done a great job of getting us into third and manageable, and then one on fourth down also. But they give you 4 downs for a reason, and we're going to use all 4 when we need to.
You mentioned Isaiah Helms. Can you kind of give us maybe a general health update coming out of Saturday's game? I don't know if anything happened there that was significant, and then what you might look for going through the rest of this week.
No, Isaiah, he tried to go, and I have a lot of confidence and trust Isaiah of his health issues, and he wasn't 100%, so we weren't going to put him in that situation. It was great for Luke Smith to step in and play well. Isaiah was at practice yesterday. He ran yesterday. He looked good, and we'll continue to evaluate him throughout the week. And he'll practice Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll make a decision on Saturday.
Anything new on Sean Jolly?
No, Sean was out at practice yesterday also. He was running around. All signs look like he will be back this week versus Troy. So,
Last question for me. What can you tell us about the circumstances around Caleb Sperlin being ejected from the game? I don't know, how the officials explain that one to you, and are there any projected implications going forward?
no, I talked to Coach Womack this morning, and per our discussions that we're looking into this, but again, all of our efforts and attention will be toward Troy.
Coach, just looking at Troy a little bit, I guess I'll start offensively. It seems like they have the ability to be a pretty balanced with their quarterback being able to throw and a strong running game. Can you just kind of comment on what they look like offensively and some of their strengths?
Coach Lindsey, he's their head coach and offensive coordinator, a coach I have a ton of respect for, who we became good friends throughout this since I've been the head football coach, and just the way his team plays. And they've lost some tough games, but you watch them run the football better now. They're throwing the football, and their defense, again, I watched tape this morning, and their defense is just as stout or better than South Alabama. And they're playing well right now, and the ball hasn't bounced their way a couple times, but they're playing for a championship. They're playing for a bowl game, and we know they'll get their very best. But I think it's going to come down to execution for both teams this week.
Just defensively, I think App State and Troy both rank among the national leaders in tackles for loss and be able to get and create havoc in the backfield. When you see them on tape, what kind of explains why they're able to have success in that realm?
Well, I think it starts up front. Their defensive line is very stout, and they get knocked back on the offensive line, and their linebackers play downhill. Number 2 has my vote for all-conference player this year in our league. I mean, he was there as a true freshman. I knew he was a good player, but I didn't know how good he was until we watched the tape after our game. And I think he had 20 tackles and 3 tackles for a loss, and they're very experienced in the back end. So we have to have a great game plan. We have to execute. We can't turn the football over to have a chance to win.
All right, we'll take our next question from Kenneth Reese, Watauga Online.
Hey, Coach, I've got 2 quick ones for you. So I think Dave just took the question I was going to ask you, so I'll go a little bit more in depth. What did the referees tell you regarding the player ejections? We could clearly see that 52 for South Alabama threw at least 3 punches, it looked like. But TV didn't show anything that the App State player did. What did the referees tell you were the reason for that ejection?
Yeah, I don't want to get into specifics right now, but I have talked to Kane, the head coach of South Alabama, and we're looking into this, and that's my statement on that.
How concerning is it for you? If I'm not mistaken, this is the 3rd unsportsmanlike penalty in the last 2 games. Any concern about that?
No, we don't condone unsportsmanlike penalties in our program, but that's not part of the football game. It's not the picture we're going to put about our program, and so. But that's my statement on that.